Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. In this video, we're going to be looking at the YouTube platform. Now, the YouTube platform is such a big deal that you cannot just afford to joke with it. If you're someone who's making money on YouTube or you are planning on making money on YouTube, it's time to take YouTube very serious because, as you know, YouTube is a workplace for some people. It's a community. And for every workplace and every community, there is a set of rules that guides those communities. If you do not abide by the rules in a workplace, what will happen to you? You will be fired. And as such, you cannot actually make money like you used to. Now, the rules of YouTube have been modified day in, day out as the years go by. And you, as an honest YouTuber, there are certain things you might be doing on your channel which you feel are right, but they might be actually against the rules of YouTube. Now, without you knowing, this can lead to your channel being terminated. So in this video, I'm going to be looking at one of the common rules on YouTube that a lot of creators are breaking without even knowing it. So this video will guide you on how to avoid this particular error that you are making, all right, so that you do not fall into the trap of having your channel being terminated. Because there are a whole lot of policies on YouTube. Sometimes reading all of them could be really strenuous. That's why I'm here on a regular basis to break down these rules so that you do not fall victim of this. All right, guys. So today I'm going to be looking at the dangerous and harmful content policy of YouTube. And also in this video, I'm going to be considering if you're considering looking at a niche to go into on YouTube. I'm also going to be talking a bit about that. So if you are a new YouTuber, that would help you. Let's go on right into the analysis. Okay, so here we are on the policy page of YouTube. So, well, first of all, I want you guys to look at something that is very important here, is what YouTube calls EDSA. Just in case if you don't know what EDSA means, I'm going to be telling you what that means now. Now, for those of you who are looking for a niche to go into in YouTube, there are certain topics or subjects or niches that YouTube places a premium on. One of them is a content that has what is called EDSA oriented materials. EDSA is an acronym. E stands for educational, D stands for documentary, S stands for scientific, and A stands for artistic. Now, whatever niche you want to go into, just make sure it has an EDSA content inside of it. That is, it has one of the elements of educational, or documentary, scientific, or artistic. If it has any of these, YouTube places premium on your content. Now, why did I say so? Now, if you read this content guideline here, the second sentence here in this paragraph says, sometimes content that would otherwise violate our community guidelines may stay on YouTube when it has, now take note of this, when it has educational, documentary, scientific, or artistic context. Now, what does that bring to your mind? This tells you that YouTube places a high premium on EDSA content. There are some instances where some kind of topics that fall under areas that break YouTube community guidelines, YouTube might still allow those contents if you make it EDSA compliant. So one of those areas that your videos can actually breach the guidelines of YouTube is in the areas of presenting dangerous and harmful content. What are the ways you can make your video EDSA compliant? One way to do that is to make sure that you present basic facts about what's happening in the video. What does this mean? So if you have found out that your video breaks one or certain rules of YouTube, especially if it's a video that shows violence or shows some kind of danger or harmful incidents, one of the ways you can make it continue to show on YouTube is to make sure that you add certain explanations or provide basic facts about the violence or the danger or the harm or whatever is being explained in your video. Let me give you one example here as reflected here on their policies. Here is a scene where a robbery took place, and you want to post this video clip on YouTube just to show to people that a certain robbery took place. Now, here are two scenarios. One of these videos will be likely taken down, and the other would be left to continue airing on YouTube. Now, the first scenario where it will be likely left, security footage that shows victims of a violent robbery getting injured with details in the video. You see that? Now you are presenting basic facts in the video, details in the video. So the details may include where and when the crime took place and why the video is posted. This kind of content is EDSA compliant because it gives us facts. That's the number one factor you should look at. And then look at the other video. It says security footage that shows victims of a violent robbery getting injured with emojis like, you see just I think on the right there you can see an angry emoji and an emoji that shows surprise. These emojis are superimposed on the imagery. According to YouTube, doing this alone might not qualify your video to be displayed. Okay, so it might likely be taken down. So that's one scenario. Let's look at another scenario. A footage of violence in which people are seen suffering fatal injuries that includes production credits, letting viewers know the violence is part of a dramatic performance. Now, this kind of video, if you have text and explanations that reflect what I have just read now, you are giving basic facts about that video to the viewer. This kind of a video, even though it has some element of violence in it, it might be permitted by YouTube. On the other hand, if there's another video that shows footage of violence in which people are seen suffering fatal injuries, where an average viewer wouldn't be able to tell if the violence is real or part of a dramatic performance. So this kind of a video might likely, be taken down or not be permitted on YouTube because it doesn't explain or give basic facts about what's happening in that video. Now let's go on to factor number two. For your video to be EDSA compliant, number one, it has to have condemnation or opposing views or status. So if there is any a content inside of a video that seems to break any of the guidelines of YouTube, all you can do is offer a condemnation of that of what's happening in the video. You can also oppose that view, or you can satirize it. Satirize it means to criticize the evils in something or in society. So you can do all of this about that video, showing that you are not trying to promote what's happening in there, but you're only trying to educate people about it and then to condemn it. And let's go to number three. Discouragement of dangerous behavior. So anytime there is some kind of dangerous behavior in the video that you want to put out there, do make sure that you discourage it by talking about it in your video, or overlaying some text on the video, or saying that in the title, or saying that in the description page of this video. As a matter of fact, you can combine all of those four places, to discourage that kind of behavior in your video, so that YouTube will not see it as a harmful content. Now, here is an example. Here are two scenarios. Scenario number one, a content that shows a dangerous road stunt that could injure bystanders. The content tells the viewer not to imitate the stunt because of the serious harm it could cause, or recommends professional supervision. You can see that video, it's giving some kind of extra details, that can prevent viewers from being hurt. Now, here's another video. It says content that shows a dangerous road stunt that could injure bystanders without more context. In that case, you do not explain, your titles do not give more details about the stunt, you say nothing, you just paste the video there. That video would definitely get banned. So these are some of the ways you can make sure your video is EDSA compliant. If you're not sure if doing one of these would make your video safe on YouTube, you can combine all of them, all right, so that you can be on the safer side. Where can you actually add context in your content to make it free from being taken down on YouTube? So the places where you can add are, number one, in your video. So for instance, you can add footage or text overlays. That is, you can put write text on the screen to explain what's going on. And then also in your audio. So for example, you can add narration, including condemnation or a countervailing point of view. Okay. And then another place is in your video title. And then the next place in your video description. The things I'm sharing here is not by far everything you should know about EDSA content here on YouTube. I'm giving you a summary and an overview. So if you're free, I would deeply encourage you guys to go check out in detail this EDSA policy here on YouTube, because you might not know it might be affecting you. Okay, so So take note of this very point I want to drop now. Not all contents are allowed here on YouTube, even though it has EDSA context attached to it. For instance, child sexual abuse media, a video, still imagery, or audio of violent physical sexual assaults. 3. Footage filmed by the perpetrator of a deadly or major violent event that shows weapons, violence, or injured victims. Next, unmodified re-uploads of content created by or glorifying violent, terrorist, or criminal organizations. Next, instructions on how to self-harm or die by suicide. Next, instructions on how to build a bomb that's meant to injure or kill others. Next, instructions on how to manufacture a firearm or prohibited accessories. Next, offers of prohibited sales. Next, instructions on how to use computers or information technology to compromise personal data or cause serious harm to others. Next, content that reveals an individual's private information such as their home, address, email, addresses, sign-in credentials, phone numbers, passport numbers, or bank account information, that is doxing. And then next one, hardcore pornography. And then the last one, spam. By far, this is not all of the rules that you need to know. This is just a tip of the iceberg. There are a whole lot of other things that you need to know here on YouTube concerning EDSA, dangerous and harmful content, and other policies. But rest assured, I'm going to be bringing you more of these kind of videos as time goes on. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I do hope you enjoyed that video. If you're new to my channel, please guys do not forget to subscribe. Click that subscribe button if you're new. Also, like this video, share it by clicking the like and share button. Also guys, please let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. So guys, I'll see you in the next one. Until then guys, stay well, all right?